Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Usekwu Foods. Hello, my name is Ezi. We're going to be cooking goat meat pepper soup, assorted goat meat pepper soup. Spicy assorted goat meat pepper soup. Suitable for this weather. G 2002, welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, we're cooking assorted goat meat pepper soup, and I'm going to be writing down the ingredients so that you follow me as I cook, okay? I'll write the ingredients and also show you the ingredients for assorted goat meat pepper soup. Welcome to my live. Maria, welcome. Maria T, welcome. You're welcome. So today we are cooking assorted goat meat pepper soup. If you're a Nigerian or you love Nigerian food, today, thank you Omenka for joining. You are welcome. We are going to be cooking goat meat pepper soup, and I'm doing the one that is called assorted goat meat pepper soup. And what that means is that I'm not just cooking goat meat, I'm cooking the different parts of goat meat put together. Okay? Hey, Maso, thank you for joining. Okay, so again, we are making Nigerian goat meat pepper soup. And I want to write the first ingredient is the goat meat, or assorted goat meat, sorry. It's gonna be assorted goat meat. That's the chief ingredients, okay? Assorted goat meat. So, I'm going to show you that. So I have, I'm going to wear my gloves, okay, before I touch this. I have the different parts. I have the goat meat itself, the type, the part of goat meat that I call flat. So that is the under the stomach, right? The meat here is very is fleshy. There is no bone, so it's kind of boneless. So that's the type I like to use. Again, my name is Ezine Masonye, and I run Usekwu Kitchen, Usekwu Foods. So, and we're making Nigerian goat meat pepper soup, the assorted type. Okay. So, before we start cooking, this is my assorted goat meat. I have the different parts. This is the flat. By the time you finish cooking it, you see it just comes up. See, I have no bone in it, no bone. So I have the organs. This is the lungs. I have the liver, the lungs, the liver. I have the kidney. I don't know where it's hiding, but if I find it, I'll show you. And I also like to use part of the the tail, the goat meat tail, the goat tail to cook. I've shown you the liver. I don't know where the kidney is hiding. If I see it, I'll show you. Maybe when I start putting it in the pot, I might be able to find it. Okay. So yes, and here is the tripe. We call it shaki, right? And then some people call it towel. It looks like the towel that you dry your body with when you take a shower. All right, so that's shaki. It has different types. Look at how it looks. So, and look at what I did. I just cut them in, biteable size. So that way you scoop and you put it in your mouth. You don't need to hold it to bite it. You just, put it in your mouth and start chewing. Fine. I found my kidney. So these are the parts, okay, of goat meat that I like to put in my pepper soup. And I'll also show you this. I didn't put it together. This is my intestine. In case you like it, some people might not want to, add it to their pepper soup. And look at what I do with my intestine. So you won't be afraid of eating goat poop. So I turn it, I'm gonna turn it inside out with this stick so that I'll be, I'll be able to wash it thoroughly. Of the truth, I've already done this, but I just want to demonstrate how I do it. So you put this in it. See, you just find a spot, put it and go all the way down. I already started. This is already washed. I've done this process, but I want to demonstrate it here. Again, if you're just joining, this is Usekwu Kitchen, Usekwu Foods. We are cooking goat meat pepper soup. So, see what I'm doing right here? I'm turning it inside out. That way, by the time you do it, everything is inside out, is going, right? I'll find a spot to do it. I'll take, this one has a kind of, it goes quicker. That's why in order not to waste our time, I washed everything. But then, I will have to do this. It's proving stubborn, right? Maybe because I'm putting on gloves. So it's kind of slippery. Yep. Come on, you are live. Do not fall my hands, okay? Mind me. If I find a spot and put it, just make sure you get it inside out. That way you are washing the inside, so everything is, the poop is gonna get, washed off. And if you're not a fan of intestine, please don't bother, adding it to your assorted goat meat pepper soup. I just want to make sure that, I show you all the parts that you can possibly put in your goat meat pepper soup for the lovers of goat meat pepper soup. It's gonna be a little challenging, but we'll get it. You can cut it when you're done turning it upside down. Yes, I got this. So here you go. I'm doing it inside out, and by the time you get it here, it's right, it's inside out. I took it out now. Okay. And I'm going to be using my scissors to cut it. So if you're just joining, this is Usekwu Foods, and I'm trying to show us the different parts of goat meat that I use for my goat meat pepper soup. And this is intestine. This is the small intestine. See how tiny it is? And I cut it this way so that by the time I cook it, here you go. Okay. So like I said, these ones are all cut. They're all washed. I'm only just adding them to my goat meat pepper soup. Right. I can just go ahead and cut everything. So that is for the protein, right? Just the goat meat, nothing else. No other protein is required here. Just the goat meat. So sometimes people don't like to add the organs. They just go ahead and make it with just goat meat, the flesh, the bone. And I want to also say that, here in Usekwu, I don't like cooking my goat meat pepper soup with the bony parts, because I don't want to struggle when I'm eating my goat meat pepper soup. I just want to put it in my mouth and chew and, gulp the water and everything. So I don't like adding the bones. That's why I choose to use my flats. All right. So, let's take off my gloves. So for the goat meat pepper soup, what are the ingredients that you want to add to? Just a minute. Okay, so you can see it right now. Okay. So another ingredient, I've just told you the chief ingredient, which is the protein, the goat meat the goat meat itself, and I'm using the assorted, so meaning the different parts of the goat meat, right? And I just showed you everything, the goat meat itself, and I like to use the stomach part that has no bone, close to the ribs, from here down here, right? And it has no bone, it just has the skin and the flesh, right? The muscle, so there's no bone. And then I also added, I showed you the shaki, which is the tribe, the goat tribe. I added the other organs like liver, the kidney, the lungs, and the small intestine. And I said for the small intestine, it is optional. It's just optional. If you choose not to use it, you're good. And if you don't like intestine, if it reminds you of poop and you don't want to put it in your pepper soup, you're good. Just cook it with whatever you want to cook it with. And if you must use it, clean it very well. Clean it inside out. And I showed you the stick I use to turn my the intestine inside out. Use this or anything stick that you use the blunt part, tuck it in and get it all out. That way you can just wash it very well, and it won't give you the poop taste in your pepper soup. But if you're like, with what you're explaining, I don't want to do that, you're good. Vicky, oh, Mama, you're welcome. Vicky Azoka, Mama, you're welcome to my live. I appreciate you. I love you, Mama. Hi. Okay. So yeah, that is the ingredients, right? The protein, which is the goat meat pepper soup. That's the goat meat itself. The assorted parts: liver, kidney, the intestine, the tribe, and the lungs. Now, what are the ingredients that you add? Number one, I don't know if you can see this, but this is uzuza seed, and that is the black seed, right? I'm going to explain, thoroughly each of these ingredients, but for the purpose of, this video, I'm going to just start cooking and then come back to explain the nutritional value or benefit of each of these ingredients that I'm using. So again, this is the black pepper seed, uzuza, and I have here, so I'll write it down, okay? All right, that's uzuza. I also have here, I have my ehuru. I showed you this last time when I made isiewu. I showed you my ehuru that I toast. Before I cook it, I like to toast it. It's out of the seed already. This is, I got it out of the shell, sorry. So this is just the seed. I toast it with my frying pan, like doing a kind of frying, so that the aroma will come out. That is ehuru. This is ehuru, African nutmeg, if you are not Igbo. This is African nutmeg, ehuru. Like I said, the nutritional benefit will be explained later. So this is Uda. In your pepper soup, if you don't put Uda, you're making a mistake. But I just want to warn now, if you are pregnant or if you're planning to be pregnant, please avoid this in your pepper soup. You can make do with any other ingredients except this, please. If you don't want your odogu to be annoyed or to be mad at you that, is going to have you flow. You don't want that flow, right? If you're pregnant, don't use it. So that is Uda. Ah, no man. Okay, so Uda is the guinea pepper. And I have this. If you are Igbo and you know the name of this, please let me know. And this is crushed because the customs wouldn't allow us to bring this, okay? The US custom would just ban this and they would trash it. So, but when you crush it, they know that, Choma, on you go, welcome to my life. So if you are an Igbo person, please write the name. Different dialects call it different things. If you know this, please, on the comment section, type the name there. This is Adrian fruit. Adrian fruit is one of my favorite pepper soup spice. Adrian fruit. If you know this, please write it on the comment section. Some in Igbo land, some people call it Oshosho, some call it Ohio. I don't know. It's just different in every dialect. So if you are an Igbo person, please write on the comment section what this is called. So that's another major ingredients for pepper soup. And I want to show you this. If you don't want to, maybe you're in a haste, you don't want to do all this, you don't want to start looking for ehuru or oda or the Adrian fruit or the black pepper, uzuza, better in Igbo. Yeah, what do your people call this? Omenka, do you know? Choma, if you know, please let me know. What is Adrian fruit in Igbo? I know you might not see the shape very well because this is crushed. All right. So I was saying, while I'm waiting for somebody to respond and tell me the name in Igbo for the Adrian fruits. All right. So I also use Lasso pepper soup spice. Yeah, I get this from Nigeria. And if you feel like you're in a hurry and you do not want to use all the native ingredients, you can go ahead and use this. I believe if you open this, you'll find out that all of these ingredients are added. But I like to make mine authentic, so I like to use my own native ingredients to be sure of what I'm cooking. So I'm not going to use this today, but I'm just showing you in case you don't have all of this and you happen to stumble over this. Just use it. It's okay. It will give you the same taste. And nobody's telling me what Adrian fruit is called in Igbo. So, okay. In addition to all of the local ingredients that I just mentioned, I have my onion. I'm going to use onion. I'm going to use my habanero pepper. The yellow habanero pepper is what I have right now. I love my red habanero pepper, but I don't have it. I sold out. And then this pepper is not that spicy. It is, they call it shombo, right? The Yorubas call it shombo. Or for us in Igbo, it's just ose. Everything is pepper. All right. So it is the sweet type. So it's not really very spicy. The reason I'm using it is just for the color, to just have a blend of color. And then your scent leaf, nchuangu. If you don't have scent leaf, if you don't have the fresh one, you can go for the dry one, right? It gives you the same taste, the same flavor. Thank you, Ovi. Thanks for joining. Right, you're welcome. So today we are cooking assorted Nigerian goat meat pepper soup, and here are the ingredients. I think I did not put down the rest of the ingredients I mentioned. The Adrian fruits. If somebody can give me the Igbo name for Adrian fruit, I will appreciate it. In your dialect, because different dialects call it different things. Mama Sylvie, thanks for joining. All right, so we are making Nigerian goat meat pepper soup, and I'm using the assorted meats, okay, goat meat, different types of the goat meat, the organs. I explained those earlier, and then the goat meat itself. So I have my onion that I just mentioned. And I mentioned the pepper. You can be any pepper. It can be habanero, it can be scotch bonnet. All right, and then scent leaf. Okay, so the scent leaf will give you the minty taste, and we call it scent leaf. Here they have some leaves that they call mint leaf, and mint leaf has different, species, right? If you don't have the fresh one, please feel free to use dry scent leaf. All right. You can also use your salt, whatever salt you like to use. I use the pink salt, the Himalayan salt. That's what I like to use for my food. Okay, people ask me, why do you like to use this? I just prefer this one. I'll come to the benefit, later on. We'll talk about each of them. And then I have my seasoning cubes. I have the knorr, and I have the Maggi crayfish. This one will always give me the crayfish taste in my food. That's why I love to use it. All right, so my seasoning, I have salt, I have the seasoning cubes. You can use any seasoning of your choice. Some people like to use Royco, some use Maggi crayfish, no, some use Star. Anything, just don't be hard on yourself. Whichever one you have at your disposition, just use that. Okay, so these are just the ingredients, right? Again, we have goat meat. We're making goat meat pepper soup today, and we have the ingredients as follows. The assorted goat meat that I showed earlier, uzuza seed, which is the black pepper seed, ehuru, African nutmeg, uda, the guinea pepper. We have Adrian fruits, osho, we have onion, habanero peppers, we have scent leaf, very important for your pepper soup. You have salt or seasoning, anything you want to put. Now, I want us to remember I said I washed my meat earlier. For those of you coming now, this is my meat, the assorted type, the goat meat that I'm using for my pepper soup today. Let's start cooking. I want to show you a method that I use in this kitchen. Sorry, I want to go closer to my pot. All right, so thank you all for joining. Stay with me and you will love the method I'm going to show you today. You may have been cooking your pepper soup, but just I want you to see how I make mine, and you might try it. There's no harm in trying, right? Okay, so the method I want to show you today is when I make my pepper soup, especially when I have the assorted meat in it, the organs include, I like to boil it a little bit. And the reason is I just parboil it, just call it parboil, right? I just boil it to take away the bloody water. So, because the organs, the liver, the lungs, the kidney, when you make your pepper soup with them, the water tends to, the sauce tends to be a little bit dark, and sometimes it's not appealing, right? But when you just boil it a little bit and pour out that water, It's not taking away the nutrients, not at all. I'm not adding the ingredients yet. I'm just, putting the water, let it boil, and I just pour it out. Meanwhile, it's not a waste. I can use it for my soup. If I'm making a goosey soup, any okra soup, can use that's first water that I poured out. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. So just watch me. Remember, I showed us the intestine completely washed. I am also going to add it. And if you're not a fan, please do not add it if you don't like it. And don't judge me for eating intestine. This is my culture. This is my heritage. I am a proud Igbo woman. I am proudly Igbo. Okay. So I'm just going to boil this a little bit. Maybe you've not tried this before. Try it. Pour out the water that you don't need. That will make your food dark. That will make the pepper soup not appealing in the eyes. And you're not losing any nutrients. You just, pouring out that bloody part first. Alright. Has anyone found out what you call Adrian fruit in your culture or in your dialect in Igbo? Thanks for all the likes, Omenka. I appreciate you. Okay. So while this is boiling, I want to be talking about our ingredients one at a time. When it is fully when it boils, I'll pour it out and we'll start putting the ingredients. So goat meat. I want to talk about goat meat first. So number one is goat meat, right? And as we're talking, whenever the water boils, I'll stop talking, get it out, drain it out, start cooking, and then we'll talk again. We'll resume the talk, okay? So goat meat is one of the proteins that Igbo people, eat. Not just the Igbo, the Nigerians, right? And it's also eaten across, West Africa, and other parts of African countries. So goat meat is very rich in protein. And in case people are telling you to run away from red meat or run away from meat because of, excuse me, this is one of the reasons I'm cooking pepper soup today. The weather has just, visited me. So goat meat is rich in protein. It is amongst all the meats that you can think of. Goat meat has the lesser cholesterol. It has less fat. It's not harmful. And you can imagine the process I'm, going through. See the procedure. I'm washing it off. I'm, draining the water, and then I'll start cooking. There is one thing that I didn't mention. In case you have bay leaf, you can also add bay leaf to it. It's optional. You don't have to do it. But if you have bay leaf when you're making your pepper soup, it's it's encouraged for you to add to your pepper soup. Thank you for joining. All right, so goat meat is very nutritious. It's very rich in nutrients, and people like to eat it. I'm a goat meat person. If you bring beef and bring goat meat, I'll go for goat meat. I'll leave you with chicken and beef and go for my goat meat. And then when it comes to goat meat, guess what? Our people love the male goats. They love the male goats for the flavor, for the aroma, for the scent the guy smells. And that is the smell that attracts us, okay? The female goats does not have that kind of heavy, scent. I won't call it odor. It's not. It's disrespectful to our goats, right? So it is scent. So the male goat is the preferred goat. That's why here it is, kind of expensive, because people know that, oh, the Igbo people go for the male goats. All right, good. Thank you, Omenka. The male goat is called Mbi. If you come around my kitchen today as I'm cooking this, before you get to my door, you will smell it from outside. You will know that goat meat is being cooked here. And the main thing is the smell. We love it. The aroma, it fills the whole house. You can even smell it, and it gives you joy. It gives life. Okay, so that is goat meat for you, and the male goat meat. And the one I'm cooking today is male goats. Okay, I'm cooking the male goats. If you are an Igbo person, or if you are African, and you may have visited the village, right? The villages, right? You can attest to the fact that your grandfather, your great-grandfather, your father maybe used to have a ranch, right? Used to rear goats or some kind of other kinds of animals. So you may have known. I don't rear goats. I get my goat from local farms here. If you want, you can just inbox me, and I'll tell you where I go to get my goats, live goats, and they'll help you prepare it. They'll burn it for you. We do not eat goat that is skinned. No, we burn the goats and we eat the skin. The skin is what gives it the taste. And I'll show you. If you cook goat meat without the skin, man, does not taste good at all. So I didn't finish putting everything. I left some of this to for the explanation. This is the skin, and this skin is burned and washed. So you burn it, you don't shave. You burn it, you wash it very clean, and see, it looks so clean. And that is what gives you where you get the scent from, the aroma, that flavor. So, but when you take out this in the name you want to run away from this and that, the goat meat is not going to taste the same. So the taste is in the skin. We eat the skin of goat meat, and we, cut it together with the skin. It gives you that taste. All right. That is for goat meat, right? Yeah, my father used to have goats, and we don't usually, maybe that might be the reason, I don't know. People don't, Obinna, thank you for joining. Oh, Father Obinna, thanks for joining. Okay, so this is Usekwu kitchen, and today we are making assorted goat meat pepper soup, right? So my father used to have goats, and we would tend to the goat, give them palm fronts to eat, give them organic food. Let me just say this: where I get my food, I'm very mindful of where to get my goat meat from. So I go to these farms that rear their goats with hays. I mean, they feed them organically. They feed them with organic food, not GMO. We like it natural. We like it, organic. So we would, go to the goat house and sweep the goat poop out and keep water for them, and then give them palm fronds, give them cassava peels, yam peels. Those goats will eat healthy food, right? And then they also go out there, they go around. They're not just locked in a cage, so that is, when you have such, that you have a very nice one to eat. You're not afraid of what did the goat eat. So my goats, I get it from the farm, from local farm. So I patronize local farmers. Right, so the next is, we've talked about the goat, right? Get your organic goat, go to the farm. If you buy from the store, you don't know where they reared the goats, okay? We have Uzuza, the black seed. I showed you earlier. If you're just joining us, this is my black seed, Uzuza seed, right? And I also showed you guys, oh no, the black seed. If you watch me, if you're watching, you can find out that I'm just talking somehow. I have cough. It just caught me yesterday. Last night I felt that, I found out that when I cough, my chest hurts, right? So my nose is stuffy, and I'm like, you know what, pepper soup, goat meat pepper soup, or any type of pepper soup is the best for this season. So it is chilly out here in Albuquerque. It has been raining and snowing. The weather forecast has not been very friendly. You can see that. So I'm like, okay, this is the best for me, for my family. It treats cold pepper soup with all the ingredients that I showed you earlier. When you have them in your food, you're sure that your cold symptoms will go away. Okay, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not prescribing medication, but I'm showing you the local ingredients that treats cold and flu, okay, allergies, right? So Uzuza seed is one of them. And imagine combining all of this: Uzuza, Ehuru, Uda, the Adrian fruits, Oshosho, and and scent leaf. So you see that your throat will just clear. Your cough, you'll be just sending them out. I have chest congestion right now because of cold, right? Okay, so that is Uzuza. Ehuru does the same thing. Uzuza is, like last week I explained, Uzuza is anti-inflammatory, anti-oxidant. So it has a lot of health benefits. Clears your sinuses, clears your throat. When you have cold, just trust that if you put Uzuza in your food, it's going to help a lot. So does the Ehuru. I showed you guys Ehuru earlier, and I said I was going to toast it and blend it, okay? That way it will bring out the aroma. And then the Uda, all of them, they do the same thing. They help you with your allergies, with your cold symptoms. I remember when COVID struck 2020. Oh my God, that was a home remedy for my home. I will cook Uzuza, Oda. I'll just blend them, cook Uzuza, Oda, Ehuru, and the Adrian fruit together, and we'll drink. Sometimes, even if you don't want to use meat or fish for it, just cook it and drink it. It is life. It helps you. It clears your nose. So I can't wait to finish cooking so I can eat and get my sanity again. I'm talking and my head is like congested. So that is that. And I also explained this. I'm still waiting for my Igbo people to tell me what this is called in their own dialect. Your dialect. We call it Osho Osho. I don't know what you call it. Devil King, welcome. Thanks for joining. We are making African or Nigerian goat meat pepper soup, the assorted type. All right. So these are so beneficial and healthy. And I also mentioned that you can add bay leaf if you have one. If you have bay leaf, add it. And you know what bay leaf does, right? It doesn't add any flavor to your food, no aroma, nothing. What it does is that it drains the fat. It's a fat killer. If your meat has fat, it's gonna take out the fat. So that is for bay leaf. Very, very. And the seasoning is just for your taste, right? And I explained about the pepper, the chili. Oh yeah, it's boiling right now. Let's see. So I don't need it to boil too much, right? I just want to take out the water. Yeah. So when it boils to this extent, there's no harm in just draining the water and making it fresh again. Putting fresh water. And remember, I mentioned that the water that I'm draining now is not going to be a waste. I'm still going to use it to make my soup if I so desire. So now I still have the, my meat. So I'm going to start adding my ingredients one at a time. For the Adrian fruit, you don't need to blend anything. If I had it whole, I will still add it like that. Just put it whole. It's just for the flavor that it brings, right? You don't need to crush it. You don't need to blend it. The reason I crush this is for me to be able to bring it from Nigeria, or else it will be taken out, and they won't even let it cross US. They'll think you're coming to plant it, but we don't plant it. It's already dry. So I'm going to add it, but I wash it. All right, I would like for you, I would appreciate if you can share our live, let people come and join us cook. And we are here every Sunday at noon, and that is if you are using mountain time, that is 12 p.m. If you are using, okay, it's gonna be 12 p.m. mountain time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so I'm gonna add, I just added my Adrian fruit right now. I would just add half tablespoon of salt because I have the seasoning, right? And the pepper I showed you, I'm going to crush my pepper. I pound it. I have my mortar. So I'm using my mortar. I'm a local woman. So, this is the best way to cook it. I'm going to pound it and add it. I'm going to add a little water because be careful when you pound. Okay, I will also add my onion. I explained last week when I was doing Usekwu that onion does almost the same thing as the pepper. It helps, it's good for your sight. It also clears your sinuses. It helps a lot. It's so good. And it's a vegetable, so it has the benefits as some vegetables. So I don't like to just chop my onion and add. I'm going to crush it, pound it with the pepper. And it's gonna be rough. I'm not gonna make it very smooth because I want to see the color also. Just keep tapping on the screen for us, okay? Look at the outcome. So I have my onion and the pepper, the yellow habanero and the red sweet pepper crushed together. I didn't use blender because I just wanted this consistency. The texture is what I want. So here I add it to my pepper soup. I will also crush my, remember I've not blended my uziza. I'll still add them, but I'm just adding the seasoning. Come on, because I'm wearing gloves, this is proving stubborn to open. All right. Welcome, Mama CV. Looks like you left and came back. Okay. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Please share and like. Okay. For my seasoning, I have my little mortar to just crush it. I'll deal with this cough today. With this pepper soup, the cough is wasting its time. All right. I added 2 cubes, okay? And I'll add more if need be. But for now, this is okay. Right. So, I'm going to blend my uziza, the uziza seed. So here I have my blender to this side. You blend it to a smooth texture. Okay, my uziza is crushed. I can feel it. I'm gonna do I'm doing half teaspoon. I didn't feel that. Half teaspoon because of the size I'm making, okay? I don't want to put too much and it becomes bitter. You just have to. For this size of goat meat, oh, I did not explain. I'm using 3 pounds of, all the goat meat put together, the intestine, the whole organ. It's just 3 lbs, 3 pounds. So for these 3 pounds, because of the size, I'm just taking it easy, okay? And I also blend my guinea pepper, Oda. But I'll blend it with the ehuru. But before I blend the ehuru, I am going to toast it like I promised. The flavor, the aroma comes out more when you toast it in a frying pan before before cooking. So let's do that quickly. And I'll blend it and add it to my pepper soup. See, it doesn't matter at what time you add this. All you need is just add it. Since the goat is still cooking, they'll all mix together. So I'm taking my time. If I had blended everything or crushed everything together, I would just be adding and adding and adding. But it's not. I know you see other videos, you know, they go through, put this, put this, put this, put this. But I'm just going one at a time and showing you the procedure. I'm showing you how to, you know, use each of these ones, how you can get them ready before you add, okay? So, yeah, I'm toasting the egg. When it's fully toasted, we're going to add it. And if you're just joining, this is Usekwu Foods. My name is Ezine Emma Asonye. I run Usekwu Foods, and Usekwu Foods is located at 1601 4th Street Northwest, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Okay, that's where we are, and that's where we you know, run our business. We have our grocery store there, and we also cook there. We do individual dishes. If you just want to order your food and pick it up, we do not do dining. We're not a restaurant yet. We don't have a restaurant yet, okay? So you pick up your food. We also cater for events, your wedding, your birthday party, graduation, funeral for, you know, the elderly, anyone that passes. We don't wish death for anyone, but in case anyone, you know, anyone that is doing funeral and wants someone to cater for them, Usekwu can do that. We do that. That's what we do here. We serve our community. So it's our egg will be still toasting.